Morning. It's Monday. It's Monday. April 4th, 2022. I almost said 2021 again. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Xingyi. We have the 12 Animals linking form that we've been working on. We're going to work on review this morning and paying attention to the changes as we go through the movement. So focus on the physical movements. I took a look at what the rest of the form needs, and what I'd like to do is pay attention this week a little bit more to the review, and then I'm going to accelerate what I'm doing. And what I'm thinking of doing is splitting the class so that I've got another session that I record with the accelerated portion, so we're going through a lot faster to complete this form. And then this class, I'll take some of that apart. This is pretty much the analysis piece that I was thinking of doing anyway. But when I looked at what we still need to cover, yeah, we'd be in like Christmas time if I keep going at this rate. I have more that I would like to get finished this year. Yeah, there's more. There's more. All right, so I'm looking at that, and for this morning what we're going to do is pay attention to what we have up to now, the physical movements, and how those movements connect with each other through the form. Let's get started. Basic stretch first, okay? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight, bend the knees. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, open the arms. Drop the shoulders, pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Smile. Relax the breath. Stretch up. Reach out. Over the legs, bend the knees. Extend through the middle back. And reach out. And fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Hands return to your sides. Leg stretch, right leg front, left leg back. And I'm thinking about something here, so just, yeah, this a little bit wide this morning, not too wide. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sink. And other side. Let your feet figure out where you're supposed to be, right? Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And sink. All right, come on up. All right, as we work on some of the sets that we're going to work on, we need to open up the hip a little bit more. We do. All right, so we're going to do a couple of sets this morning. The first one I've shown previously, and we're going to do this. Grab a chair, something that I used the wall previously. We're going to do this with some other implement. I'm going to grab my chair here. All right, grab a chair. And what you're looking for is something that will allow you to put 2 fingers. That's not grabbing a chair here, right? 2 fingers on the chair to help with balance. Okay, and I'm going to move this chair from one side to the other as I go. So I'm going to start with my outside leg. This is my inside leg. This is my outside leg, okay? Outside leg to the outside. This is this hip circle that I showed before, so pick up the knee, hold the foot, keep the toes pointed down, circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and put it down. Alright, that outward circle with the knee on the other side. All right, and again, I've got this knife. This is my mom's chair. I got this great handle right here on this chair. This is a good chair. All right, don't use that. If you have one that something you can hold on to, don't. Fingers. Pick up the knee. Pay attention to the knee. The foot tucks in. You don't want to pay attention to your foot right now. You want to pay attention to the knee. 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And put it down. Alright, the 2 fingers helps with the balance, and what we want with this exercise is to open the hip, not to struggle with balance. Right? So, I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm good today. I've been working on this a little bit, you know. The more that I work on it, the better I get. Practice, right? So, this technique, use the chair, as a tool, not a, I'm going to grab onto this and I'm going to need the chair in order to do this exercise. This is, no, let me work on this so that as I'm here with fingers on the chair, 1, 2, 3, not, yeah, I did, I lost it. All right, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Easy to see. I'm right. Easy to see those 2 circles that I lost my balance. That's what the chair over here is supposed to help with. Okay? I didn't actually have a chair here. Oops. And since I was holding my hand here, I wasn't compensating with this hand like I did previously. Understanding this part of body mechanics and how we can do these exercises is really important. It's something that, I talked about this before, I learned this from dance, and we spent a lot of time, it was required that dancers go take anatomy and physiology. At least anatomy. You had to know what you got to work with. As we move through each of the forms that we're learning, knowing where to turn, knowing how to turn, knowing where to put the emphasis for which moves is essential. You don't get to applications without timing, placement, and effort. Where do I put my effort? Where do I, right? It doesn't happen. The same with our internal practice. If we're not looking at and trying to develop those internal connections, well, they're not going to be there. Okay, so physical breath with the physical body. That's where we start. Internal breath with the physical breath. And we keep going. Right now, let's do, I'm thinking about this because I know what I'm going to have to do here. We're going to do 2 sets, both of which are intended to open the hip just a little bit more. Okay? The first one, I've shown this before. I've shown both of these before, but the first one we have, and I'm going to go to the side here. I'm on my left leg, knee bent, right leg out, and for this one I want to extend this just a little bit more, sink into it. The heel is down, the toes are up. Lean forward. You want your nose to your toes. Yeah, it's not happening. Come on back up. And one more time. Nose to your toes. Pull the toes up, extend, and come on back up. You should feel this in the back of your leg right here, this one. And forward, on the center line. And come on back up. All right, change legs. Okay, I'm on my right leg, left leg's extended, and lean forward, nose to your toes. Pull the toes up as you lean forward. And again, over the leg, nose to your toes. Not happening, I know, but it's okay. That's what you're trying for. And one more time. And come on back up. All right. Relax for a second. This stretch along the back of the leg is useful. All right, this is a very wide horse stance. Yeah, come on down with me. All right, very wide horse stance. So, how did I get here? Let me start here, okay? Because we're going to do something else once we get there. All right. So, turn the right toes out. Turn the left toes out. Put the left heel aligned with the toes. Right heel aligned with the right toes. Do it again. Right. Bring the heel out. Left, bring the heel out. One more time. Right, and the heel. Left, with the heel. Set. This is a fairly wide horse stance. Okay? I could come in a little bit narrower, but I don't want to do that for this exercise because we're not doing a horse stance exercise. You need to know where this position is and how to get there. I'm going to go to my right. You can go to your left or you can go to your right, your choice. All the way down. Put your hands down. Sink into the right leg. And you'll notice that my left heel just came up. That's because I'm feeling a stretch on the inside that I don't want to feel. Right here. It's not comfortable. Okay? So I'm going to pull this in just a little bit. Just a little bit. And try again. There we go. All right. My right heel is up. It should not be. All right? My left foot is down. It's pretty much where it needs to be. And I can move it. I can do this. I can do this. I can bring it back. That's still real tight right there, but I'm all right here. All right, and sink. Come on up. Push. And come on up. All right, relax for a second. We're doing this. The other side. Sink into the leg. Try and keep both heels down. All right, now I'm going to talk about this as we get there. All right, sink. That left heel wants to come up. Tuck your shoulder, tuck your knee in with your shoulder. You see where my knee is compared to my shoulder? And come on up. All right. All right. Now, I'm going to sip coffee. Several things with what I just did. First, I'm struggling with it. Fact. It ain't there's no getting around it. All right? I know what this move is. I haven't done it in a while. Body gets tight. Not quite ready to go there. And this is part of my lesson today, is what are we doing with this and how do we work this exercise so that we have that lower stance that we can use. Because I can't use any of that. It's not useful at all. All right? There's part of it that contributes to what could be useful. But it's not there. Knowing that, all right? I have to know that before I can do anything about it. Knowing that, what am I going to do? Leg circle. And we come back the other way. Some additional leg stretches. Not going to do those right now, but yeah. The sets that we just did, absolutely. And this, imagine, right? You have to imagine this because I'm not going there right now. Okay, imagine that I'm all the way down and I can shift between my two legs. All right, so I can get to here today on two legs. On one leg is where we want to go. So that one leg is fully supporting the weight. Your butt touches your heel all the way down. It's not leaning. There's no, This has to go down. All right? And this exercise that we're doing, where I showed I'm putting my hands down, I'm going to go, will help develop that. We're going to work on this a little bit. Over the next several weeks, it's not going to be today, and knowing what you're supposed to do today doesn't mean you can do it today. I know what I'm supposed to do, I can't do it today. I'll be better tomorrow. Wednesday I'll even be better. 3 weeks from now? That's the comparison that we want. Now we talk about that for just a second, then we're going to get started. This comparison, right? Compare with yourself. Am I better now than I was last week? Can I do this that I wanted to be able to do? Can I do this move? Can I do this thing that I wanted to be able to do? Can I do it now? No. Can I do it in 3 weeks? Yeah, maybe. This thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to do it 3 months ago. I can do it today. I can. Right? Looking back and looking forward at your own progress, at your own goals, gives you the measure for your own progress. Comparing to me or somebody like me that's practiced for a long time and has some background and knowledge and special expertise is important for understanding where to go. here's what I can do today. Here's what I could do 3 months ago. Here's what I want to be able to do in 3 months. What do I want to be able to do? I want to be able to do what she did. Right? That understanding of where to go is part of this comparison. So, where am I? What am I doing now? Where do I want to go? And where might I go? All right. Lower. Lower. Slowly, first time through. Feet together, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Take it easy. Relax the breath. Pull up through the back. Salute. And ready, breathe in. Open. Step in, Feng Chuan. Step in, Tao Chuan. Turn around. And punch down. Punch down again, and Feng Chuan. Feng Chuan. Feng Chuan. Turn in. Jump. Step up, tiger. Step out, tiger. Step up and out. Thai bird. Step back. Thai bird. Horse. Horse. Alligator playing in the water. Hands over and in. Swallow enters the forest. Relax for a minute. This series, as we connect the moves, and I'm going to point out, notice where I stopped as we're practicing, right? So, recognize I don't have enough room right here, okay? This car's still broke. I'm going to work on that. I'm working on it now, but it's going to take me a minute. All right, so from here, right, get started. Step in, turn around, and come through. This is a logical, for lack of a better way to say it, it's a logical sentence in the form. If we think about each of the different movements as words, as components of this piece, which is what we do with sentences when we put them together. I'm a wordsmith, so I put things together with words. And so I've got these words, and I'm going to string them together how? What's a noun, what's a verb, what's an adverb, what's an adjective, how do I put these words together in? And I'm working in English, so it's different if I'm working in a different language. I'm working in English. How do I put the stuff together? In Xingyi, how do we put the movements together? What are the logical components? What are the logical pieces that fit together, that make sense to do as a unit? Not just this one, not just that one, or not. Why not? Why not? Why did I not choose to stop here? I still have space. Because in the form, it makes more sense to put this repetition together. This is how we use bone twine. Alright? So, I'm going to do this way. Pay attention to the direction of my hands. That's how we use it. That's what we're doing. It makes more sense to do all of those together. Alright, so with the idea, this idea that, how do I say this? When we practice, we pay attention to discrete movements, we pay attention to how we move, we pay attention to what we're thinking about, we pay attention to the direction, the angle of the movement, the transfer of weight. We pay attention to a whole laundry list of things. Long, 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 long list. We pay attention to all these things. We also pay attention when we're practicing to how we move, how things are connected, so that if we were to use them, I'm going to respond to something and I'm going to use this technique to respond. Please wait, I need to take another breath. Okay, here. Please wait again, I need to take another breath. Wait a minute, I'm going to take another breath. There you go. Okay, now I want to take another breath. Here we go. Please. I'm sorry, but that was just... That idea is something that we play with a lot in our practice. Okay? It's something I played with a lot. The idea that I'm just going to move slowly and that's all there is to it, and that misperception of what's really going on inside and what we're trying to accomplish through practice. Let me see if I can explain this another way. If I practice, I'm going to use myself. If I practice, let's say I go to the gym. I'm going to use bone twine here. I'm going to go to the gym. All right? And I'm going to get a heavy bag up here in front of me. And I'm going to stand here and I'm going to punch. I'm going to do this in front of the heavy bag. All right? I will develop my forearm. I might develop my shoulder a little bit. That's not bone twine. It's not. The difference is the combination in the whole body, using the lower dantian and using the dynamic of the movement. This isn't using the dynamic of the movement. This is using my arms. My legs are pretty much not involved. They're not. That's bone twine. Whole body works, correct stance. Everything works together with the breath. It's not arms and hands. It's not how strong are my shoulders. But my shoulder's not that strong. I've talked about that a lot. And it never will be. Whole body has to work and that connection has to be there. Otherwise it's something else. Now I can do boxing, yeah, and I'm going to get a little speed bag. Right? You have to imagine there's a speed bag hanging up here. Right? That's boxing. It's not Xingyi. The punches to the heavy bag, that's I can use that for boxing. I can use that for a bunch of different arts, including Shaolin, including some of the punches that I might want to work on in Xingyi and Tai Chi, but it's not Bong Chuan. This one is Bong Chuan. Distinguishing that. Making sure that you understand that what this thing over here does might contribute to what you're trying to do. It's not the same. All right, let's, again, slowly, with the idea that there needs to be strength as well as this internal connection, and it's not hard strength, it's soft, resilient strength. And I've talked about this as well repeatedly. This is not, hard tension, I'm going to be strong. This is, I'm strong. The difference between bamboo, supple and strong, bamboo will bend and move, and an oak tree that ain't going anywhere. We want the bamboo. We do. That concept of the oak tree, we use that. But the movement, we want the bamboo. We want that supple, resilient, and incredibly strong. Feet together, stand straight. On 45. Not too fast. Pay attention to this idea of having that resilient strength in each move. Not stiff, not tight. Extended, open, energetic, and strong. Salute. Pull up through the center. Relax the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Connect through the whole body and breathe in. Open. Step in. Step in again. Turn. Punch down. Step back. Step up, Bong Chuan. Bong Chuan. Step in, Bong Chuan, and circle in. Jump. Step up, tiger. Tiger. Step up, Thai bird. Thai bird. Step up and out. Horse. Alligator playing in the water. Swallow enters the forest. All right. Relax. This using the waist is part of our internal work. Paying attention to how the lower dantian moves. So, let me see if I can. As I'm moving, I'm paying attention to the energy in my lower dantian and how I change that energy and express it. That's really what I'm paying attention to. In order to get there, in order to be able to use that, okay, first I have to try and connect with it. First I have to imagine that this exists, have to I have to think that if I say, well, hey, there's no such thing as the lower Tantien and it doesn't exist and I don't know what she's talking about, that's some mumbo jumbo and blah, blah. Right? You could say that. It's not true, but you could say that. This concept comes from traditional Chinese medicine, been around for centuries. When I first started, I didn't know anything about it. I had no idea who the Yellow Emperor was, and I had no sense that there was this whole body of knowledge and medicine that dated back 3,000 years. Hey, what's that? I didn't know anything about it. I learned. I did. I learned. And that idea that I have this thing, I have this area, because 10, it means area, field. I have this area that's known as the lower Tantien and the middle Tantien, the upper Tantien, the Bai Hui, Hui Yin, the Mingmen, the Jiaji, Yu Jin, these points along the small heavenly circle, that they all exist, that we can use them to do something that, I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know human beings could do that. We can do a lot of things. We can. We're versatile creatures, we are. Alright, so as we practice this idea that moving the lower Tantien, using the waist, it's not effortless, but it should seem effortless. Okay? That doing without doing. The more, and we just did this, we're going to do it again. The more effort, the more, hey, I can do this strong. The more you do that, the further away you get from any understanding of the internal arts. It's the opposite of what we want. Okay? We have to be, it's that, I've used this image before, it's driftwood. There's a pond, and there's a piece of driftwood floating on the pond, and I want to get that driftwood. And I reach out for it, and I miss, and it gets further away from me, and I try to get closer to it, and it goes further away from me, and I try to get closer to it, and it goes further away from me. Let it come. That's right here. Being open, understanding how the physical body functions, understanding how we can use those physical connections. Okay, just stand on the physical level. How we can use those physical connections for body strength, and how we can develop that intrinsic strength, that internal strength, that's resilient and, in a lot of cases, much more effective than the I'm strong and you can hit me and I'm not going anywhere. Right? That kind of strength has value. It really does. That's not what we're doing. Okay? One more time. Pay attention to the body connections this time through. Pay attention to the physical body connections through the spine. All of it. Whole spine. So, top part goes this way, bottom part goes this way. Pay attention to those connections. Open the body, open the back. Drop the hip. Pull up. Pay attention to the back. Nice and easy, not too hard, not too soft. It should be strong, resilient, and smooth. Not too hard. That strength is soft strength, not hard strength. And salute. Extend through and open. Resilient, not hard. Step back. Thumb twine. Close. Jump. Step up. Tiger. Tie bird. Come on back. Tie bird. Horse. Horse. Alligator playing in the water. Swallow enters the forest. Alright. Relax. Turning, twisting, knowing where you're going. I started class this way, I'm gonna finish with this. This little bit by little bit. And come right here. Bong Chuan. Makes sense to stop there. Thai bird. Makes sense to stop there because I want both sides of the horse to come together. I could keep going to the next move. So I stop at Thai bird. Back up. Thai bird, horse, horse. Now I back up and there's a missing dynamic for the next move. Alligator playing in the water. I can't just start from, right? That here, here, come 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I stop. That makes sense to me, right? Can I stop here? Yeah. Can I stop here? Mm-hmm. Does it make sense? Sorta. In the context of how do I group things together? If I wanted to build more strength in my outward extension of strength through both Thai bird and horse, I would practice those three together. And come up here, tiger, Thai bird, horse, horse, right? Tiger, Thai bird, horse, horse. Each time I have this outward extension. If I was working on that, these three together, Thai bird, horse, horse, both sides, right? Would make sense to practice. It's a good set to practice, right? This flexibility through the waist. Alligator playing in the water helps with that a lot. So does our opening move, right? Which circle am I going? Am I turning this way? Am I turning this way? Which? Yeah, it's the waist. This has to move, and it's not just here. This has to move. Okay, small muscles here, small muscles here. A lot of stuff going across here. All of that has to hold. This has to move. This moves it. It's not my hips that are moving. It's not my shoulders that are moving. It's the lower dantian that moves the waist, that moves everything else. The waist is a wheel that drives everything. Turn, turn, everything moves. This concept is fundamental to all of the internal arts, that the effort, the energy, the extension of the physical body, as well as the applications and everything else that goes with, comes through the whole body from the lower dantian. My litany, directed by the mind, flowing with the chi, flowing with the internal breath, flowing with the energy, right? All of it comes together. Pieces and parts we look at so that we can analyze them, so that we can take it apart, so that we can say, all right, now, where was I supposed to put my feet? Let me do this. I'm going to go this way. Tie bird, horse, horse. Tie bird. My stance. Pay attention. Where's my stance? And horse. Horse. I'm going to slow it down. Try and go real slow. I can't go too slow, but I go pretty slow. All right. Tie bird. Horse. Horse. Tie bird. I did a double step there, horse. All right. That. Tie bird. Horse. Horse. That step. Just that step. Turn, turn, turn. Use the waist. This whole body sense. Sink into the leg, push into the heel, and twist. Do it with me. Sink into the heel. Drop the hip, push, and twist up. That sense, all the way through everything, that's where we want to go. All right. As I move things along, like I said, I'm going to take apart several of the moves. I still show them in sequence, so you're still going to know where this is coming from. And I'm still going to continue this series practice, so we'll still have that opportunity. But I'm going to move things along a little more quickly, and I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to analyzing a particular set, just like we did this morning, this particular connection, this thing here, this thing there. This week, physical movements and the physical connections, how we work on that physical capability. So yeah, I need to be able to drop all the way down and do this. I can't. Not today. I'll work on it. I'm closer than I was. All right? I'm a lot closer than I was. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. We're going to continue a little bit more on this tack of physical movements, developing more physical capability with our own body, my own body, and how we put that all together in the forms. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.